This is this is the second time I'm trying to record this video now because a friend of mine just called in, and that's the one thing about iPhones that I can't stand, is that it cuts off the video that you're recording if someone calls. So let's hope that she doesn't call again, and I'll have to call her back. So anyways, I have actually tried to record this video numerous times, but I have not uploaded it, and I'm really weird about, I don't like to upload any videos that I didn't record on the day I'm uploading them. So this will be uploaded today. My last video I posted, I had told you guys that I had an abnormality with a test. It was a nodule in my left lung. So I left work on Monday, recorded the video, then Tuesday, instead of going to the consultation, I had to go get my CAT scan. I'd never had a CAT scan before, so it was a little different. I don't think it's puckering or something. So I had to go get a CAT scan, which I had never had done before, so it was a different experience. I had the contrast solution via IV, which was interesting because she told me it could make you feel like you've wet your pants, which it was weird. I got really warm in my throat and my groin, but it was not even warm. I guess maybe like hot, like really, really hot. It was bizarre. But it went away after just a few seconds. So after I did that, I was pretty stressed because I kept thinking, like, what if the results are bad? What if the results are bad? So on Tuesday I did the CAT scan at 3, and then by Wednesday at 10:30ish I had the results, and we were good to go. It is actually a granuloma, which is very common in the area that I live, the Ohio Valley area. I'm not sure why it's prominent here, but it's highly prominent here, and it's actually caused by bird droppings. Apparently they kind of get as dust particles into the air, and you can inhale them, and your body kind of like attacks them in your lungs, and that's what causes the little mass. So it's really common. They'll keep an eye on it, which I already have to have chest x-rays anyway due to having TB as a kid, so that's just another test that I have to have done now. But I was pretty excited to get that taken care of. I was very nervous about what the results were going to be. So yeah, then once I got the results back and everything was good, I called my bariatric doctor, and I dropped the papers off to them on Thursday. And on Thursday, which was kind of aggravating. Okay, I've worked in customer service for years. I was a manager in retail for years, and like the customer is always first, you know, the patient's always first, whoever it may be. I walked into the bariatric doctor on Thursday, and the way it's set up is it's a large room, but they all are in the same room together. They just have different windows. So the surgical window's to the left, then Darla sits in the front, which is where you typically go if you got papers or anything, and then there's a window to the far right. And I walked up and set my stuff down, and I had set it down loud enough that they could have heard me. And I stood there, and nobody acknowledged me. Darla wasn't at her desk, and I stood there for 5 minutes, and finally I was like, okay. So I rang the bell, and neither one of the girls stood up or even looked my way. Neither one of them. So I stood there for another 5 minutes, and finally I got so aggravated. I walked over and I said, excuse me. I said, I need to drop something off for Carrie Jo, and I rang the bell and no one acknowledged the fact that I was here. And she was like, oh, okay. I mean, like, that is so rude. Like, how do you have, whether it's your patient or not, stand up and say, can I help you? Can I get someone for you? Don't just let them stand there for 10 minutes. I mean, I was so mad. So anyways, I ended up having a stomach bug Tuesday night into Wednesday, or no, Wednesday into Thursday, and it was miserable. I got home from work on Wednesday and was not feeling well at all, and I ended up throwing up and the whole 9 yards with the stomach bug. It was not fun. And I went to bed at 11 something. The last time I threw up was 11. I woke up at 3:50 in the morning, like, in so much pain and shaking like crazy with a fever. Like, I was literally shaking violently. So I got up, went to the bathroom, ended up throwing up and everything, and then took my temp, and then took medicine, went back to bed, and I actually got up and went to work on Thursday. And I get up for work about 5:45, 6 in the morning, and the last time I was up throwing up was 4 a.m., like 3:50ish. So I was so miserable, and since I've had that going on, I had just been repulsed by food, honestly. I tried to get some chicken the other day, and I ate like 2 or 3 pieces, but I was able to eat it for literally like lunch and dinner because I just wasn't really eating, and I still ended up throwing away a lot of food. And then I ended up, my mom actually went out to eat recently, and she gave me her leftover steak, which was a porterhouse, like a massive porterhouse, and I love steak, but I literally took one bite, and I was like, oh, I had to spit it out if I was going to throw up. It's especially meats, though. I don't know why. I've always been like a huge meat eater. Like, I could eat meat and like that's it all day. But I've been highly repulsed by it, and kind of talking about it now makes me nauseous. Tonight, well, like for breakfast this morning, I had an egg and red russet potato hash browns, and by the last bite, I was like, I thought I was going to throw up. And then for dinner tonight, I had a piece of chicken, and I tried to eat some mashed potatoes, but it wasn't setting well. And I've actually been over this stomach bug for a few days now, but nothing, just for food just sounds terrible. I get hungry, but when I go to eat, like, I just feel like it's going to make me throw up. So I don't know what's going on. It's miserable. I don't really mind it so much as long as I'm not starving or getting a headache. It doesn't bother me a whole lot. I just wish that I wasn't nauseous, you know, once I eat. Because I have been making myself eat a little, because on Thursday or Friday I wasn't eating a lot, and I ended up getting a really bad headache from it. So I think I had like one thing all day. Yeah, it was like a sausage sandwich, and that was it. So anyways, aside from that, on Saturday, yesterday, it was Derby Day here in Kentucky, so, you know, it was crazy out. But I was able to make it up to Good Foods Market and Cafe, which is a organic, local, grown kind of store. Like, I mean, it might be a corporation, there might be multiple ones, but the food in there is like local grown and stuff. I was able to make it up there and pick up a couple of things for after surgery. One being, I was able to get this organic free-range chicken broth for it's low sodium and everything. It's only got 1 gram of protein, 20 calories for a cup. So and there is about 4 cups. So this is enough for a few meals. I got one because I was like, well, if I don't like it, I want to get more. But it's organic and free-range chicken and all that good stuff. So I also got some of the quintessential PB2. I have yet to try this. I haven't even opened it to even look at it. But I hear it's really good, so I can't wait to try it. But I haven't wanted to really try anything different because of my stomach. And then y'all might find this funny, even though I'm prepping for surgery, I have not tried actual protein shakes that I have mixed. I've kind of put it off. I did like pre-mix like Atkins and stuff that I didn't mind, but I bought this little container of Isolate Whey protein, enough to make a couple of shakes to kind of get a feel for what they are and what I like, and see if I like this powder. This powder is, I think this right here costs $1 something. You can get a pound for $19.99 there for the Isolate Whey. And it's all, you know, like special, they order like special stuff there. But I went to my nephew's baseball game yesterday, and there's a girl here in town. She's a few years older than me. She had the surgery a year ago. She was just a year out last month, I believe. And she was talking to me, and she had the VSG as well. And so she was telling me that the PB2 is really good, that she actually lived on the PB2 and chocolate protein powder after her surgery. She told me that she was in ICU for 2 or 3 days, and she was 3 days, and she was begging to go home. And she said they didn't have the bariatric unit open, and it's a little more strict in the ICU because they only let visitors in for like 30 minutes and stuff. So I don't want to be in the ICU. I'd rather be in the bariatric unit. But yeah, I actually picked up some kettle chips too, which you can buy those at Walmart, but I bought them at Good Foods, and I love them. They're sea salt, but I can eat just a handful, and like they're so salty, like I'm done. And I've got tons of trail mix, peanuts and stuff ready to go. I'm trying to think of what else I bought. I bought some other stuff, I just can't remember what it was. But I was talking to my mom yesterday, and she said, don't worry about buying the blender, I'm going to get that for you before your surgery, because I'll probably be having surgery May 20th or 27th is probably what it's going to end up being, so I hear. And so she said, we'll go around the 15th and we'll start getting some stuff, and she said, I'll get you the blender, and she said, we'll go grocery shopping and get you what you're going to need before your surgery, so that's nice. But yeah, I go for my consult on May the 14th, which is not this week but next week. It's 8 days away, 9 days away. And I know it'll fly by. Every week at work it flies by for the most part, so I can't complain, but I'm so anxious. I'm finally ready to get there and to have the consult and, you know, finally get to the part where I'm scheduling surgery. Not to say that I'm not a nervous wreck about it though. But I know Kristen, VSG, Heart on My Sleeve, is having surgery tomorrow, I believe, or the next day. I think it's tomorrow though. And I hope that everything goes good for her. And then everybody else that's had it lately, Misty Morgan's one of the ones that I've been friends with for a while, and you know, I'm like, I can't wait to watch them kind of go through the first few steps because I'm so close. I'm about 2 to 3 weeks away from surgery myself, and to see them and kind of follow their stories is fantastic. And it's really helpful. So yeah, I can't wait to watch everyone's videos and see how everything went for them. And Misty had me a little nervous after her bad time with everything, but we'll see. But I'm gonna go, guys, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.